DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
All right, everybody, welcome into Fresh Takes with Russo and Felice. I am Paul Russo. Next to me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Nick Felice. And as always, folks, we are on the back end of our 2-week football preview, NFL this week, with Week 1 kicking off tomorrow night as of recording, because we record here, go live on Wednesday afternoons. Thursday night kickoff. Nick, I know this is an exciting time for you. I think you're all done with drafting and being the front end commish, right? At this point, yes. I know I got one more draft tonight, but
got one more.
Yeah,
our draft last night was my last one.
Yeah, that's good for you.
I'm in 8 leagues. One league,
crazy.
One league's a guillotine league, which is like a last man standing type league. So I could have 7 by next week.
Mm-hmm. That's technically true,
yeah. 8. Speaking of 8, this is our 8th NFL preview show as well. And in those 8 years, this has got to be the worst season opener this league has come up with. Because I can speak for you. I know I can. I hate both these teams. Cowboys, Eagles.
Yeah.
Talk about, like...
Well, I mean, we can get more into that, obviously.
It's the worst. what were we thinking here? Cowboys, Eagles. Who cares?
Not the powers that be on that one.
Luckily, there's a Friday game now.
Yeah, we'll touch on that too. Before we get much further, handle a little bit of podcast business here quickly. Thank a couple more of our sponsors, including Auburn Auto Group. When it comes to selection and service after the sale, Auburn Auto Group has been the premier destination for new and used car buyers for close to 40 years. Among the brands offered on Route 5 in Auburn, you got Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Honda, Toyota, and Subaru. And thanks to their wide range of makes and models, you're sure to find your new or used car at Auburn Auto Group. And Cafe 19, breakfast, lunch, pastries, celebratory cakes, pies, and catering, guaranteed fresh and always local at Cafe 19 in Seneca Falls. Also offering an assortment of beverages, including tea, coffee, and espresso drinks. You can check out their full menus and weekly specials at xixcafe.com. All right. Yep, that tablet does not want to work. There we go. All right. 2025 NFL season kicks off with America's team and America's team. Not really. We'll get more into that. But
they ain't my team.
Okay. Obviously, or either of us. 2025 NFL season. Coming off an interesting year. We finally see, kind of once again, not so much once again in that sense of like the Chiefs, but obviously Chiefs, Eagles last year, right? And again, we're riding the Super Bowl. And boy, oh boy, does it not feel like the Chiefs are finally showing a little bit of cracks in the foundation. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Well, we thought that the last 2 years, I'm pretty sure.
Well, see, this is where this is where I'm going with this, because I've seen a lot of people, and myself to a degree included, I'm not going to lie, kind of do the whole entire thing of like the Chiefs are probably done, right? And I distinctly remember, and this is before we started the podcast, not this one, I'm talking period, roughly about 2014, 2015, give or take, right? A couple of years before we started this deal. I'm like, damn, the Patriots are finally starting to show some cracks in the foundation. You want to know what they went and did? Got 3 more Super Bowls out of this damn deal. And look, I don't know if it's going to be the same. That's all I'm saying. I think it's weird that I'm starting off this way with the NFL talk this year. I think we need to learn our lessons that we just learned not all that long ago. Let's not write off these teams maybe just yet in that sense. I hate phrasing it that way. I think me and you and a lot of other people will agree. We're kind of over Mahomes. We're kind of over the Chiefs. We're ready to move on. Right?
Yes.
We were stuck with the Patriots for a little while longer than we thought.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. These teams that build dynasties, They don't rebuild.
They're dynasties for a reason.
With the salary cap, you got to build again because the cap hits and you got to lose some players. But these teams don't fully rebuild. They just restructure what they have, keep the main pieces, and just keep building through the draft and continuing to build a successful franchise. That's what the Patriots did. That's what the Chiefs are doing right now. And the Chiefs should be favored to win their division again. I think it would be 10 straight years or something like that if they did it again this year.
Something like that, yeah.
And that's just a great dynasty. And you say that you think this could be the end of it. I think we're in, we've talked a lot of teams about this. It's the Golden State Warriors in our early podcast days. I need to see it first to actually believe it. Because as of right now, I think the Chiefs are probably going to go to the Super Bowl just because of how everything's worked out. I mean, the Bills-Ravens had as great chances they ever have last year, and they still couldn't get to the Super Bowl. You need to beat them when it matters. It doesn't matter what they do in the regular season. It doesn't matter what you do against them in the regular season. You got to beat them in the playoffs. Unfortunately, it's only September. We can't really discuss that until it actually happens. For that scenario, September's about just getting off to a good start and don't get yourself an early hole.
Yeah, so you mentioned a couple teams that I do want to also touch on, obviously, at different points you're mentioning them. Does it feel like the AFC, again, is probably the better of the two conferences in a way? I know a lot of people have kind of, I think, made that point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. I understand where the viewpoint is, right? Because of, you mentioned, in addition to the Chiefs, right, the Bills, the Ravens, I think you have to, at least at face value right now, include the Bengals. I don't know if I necessarily do, but I think at face value you have to. Do you include the Texans within there somewhere? I don't know. I think it's probably those four, though, more or less, you would say at the top. Yeah. At the NFC side, I think it's the Eagles.
Lions.
More than likely.
I'd put Washington in there.
I don't know about all that just yet, only because of the sophomore slump type stuff. I don't know. Don't know how much we want to weigh that into effect, right? But I think it's just because it's very clearly, in essence, one or maybe two teams that it's just everybody's kind of going that way. The NFC, I kind of see a few different teams being really good. I don't know about that next step up that we see maybe in the AFC. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So I think the AFC bracket is going to look a lot better than the NFC bracket when it's all said and done. But to say they're better, I don't know. I mean, the AFC's got the four quarterbacks with Burrow, Allen, Lamar, and Mahomes in that order.
And only that order.
The AFC's got a lot of bad teams, though. I think that the bottom of the NFC is a lot better than the bottom of the AFC. Mm-hmm. There's just so many bad teams in the AFC. I'm looking, the Bills are the only good team in their division. The AFC West all sucks. And the other two divisions are building up the better teams. So that's how I look at the AFC. So I would say they're about even if you want to go overall. But I think there's a lot more Super Bowl contenders in the AFC than there are in the NFC. Yeah. The only Super Bowl contenders I'm really putting in the NFC is, I've already mentioned it, Philly, Washington, and Detroit. That's all I got. San Fran got to prove it. They got to bounce back. Not putting it up there. I'm putting Washington, Philly, and Detroit are the only three real Super Bowl contenders in the NFC. AFC, I think, has got four of them. The four quarterbacks. You got a quarterback, you're going to have a shot to win. And that's the Bengals, Chiefs, Bills, and Ravens.
Okay, so
that's my opinion.
Yeah, I get it. I know where you're coming from. Yeah, it's interesting the way you talk about it, because I did want to talk maybe a little bit more in division, two division type stuff a little bit here. Yeah, I feel like the Bills, AFC East, for example, right? The Bills, I think, are going to do a lot like last year where...
And I think I said AFC West, not to interrupt. Yeah. I think I said AFC West sucks. I meant the AFC South.
Well...
I don't know which one I said. I'm thinking I said West, but I meant South.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that because I don't disagree necessarily with the South take overall. I think the West, people overvaluating overvaluating the West.
Really?
I think there's a little bit of it going on.
Really?
Okay, I think it's a bunch of different factors, right? I still think the Chiefs are going to be good, but I do think maybe we see some sort of regression this year. Just think about it, right? They have a okay. Rice is out 6 games, right? Suspension for 6 games. It's very clear, and if people want to dismiss it, you can. But Kelsey, who's been primarily Mahomes' number 1 through this whole stretch.
He's engaged now.
Well, that's how I'm going with, but yes. But very clearly looks as though he's taken a step back because of age.
Looked pretty miserable in that last game.
Right. I mean, so there's that. I think there's a lot of, and while I don't think it's unjust, I think the hype on the Raiders is a little bit much already. Like, let's see what kind of happens here. We are talking about the Raiders.
I'm gambling on the Raiders.
It's fair.
Pun.
The Broncos kind of fall, for me, the Broncos fall in the same space as the Commanders, where let's see the sophomore Bo Nix here a little bit first before we completely, right, the Chargers, I'd like to think can get up there this year. We've been saying that, though, for, frankly, 4 total seasons now, going back to Staley stuff. Look, I get last year, first year with the Harbaugh, and I whatever, but I think the West is a little bit overvalued. The South is interesting. I do think they suck, but I would hope Jacksonville takes a step this year. If not,
Lawrence ain't the guy.
Well, you could probably do arguments about that right now.
Duval.
Yeah, Cohen. But yeah, I mean, I think it just depends, with the Texans, with them, how that completely looks, right? I mean,
no Tank Dell is going to hurt.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think the AFC East, I think is going to be a kind of a lot like last year. I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking the Bills have it under wraps mid-December again.
You didn't even mention the Colts. My guy Danny Dimes over there leading the charge.
Do we have to talk about the Colts?
I think there's a lot of Colts fans that watch this show.
It's not so much a Danny Dimes issue for me with them. I think there's a lot of locker room stuff that's still trickled over from last year.
Tyler Warren, the real deal?
We'll find out. I don't know. You're talking to the wrong guy on the Warren thing. That's for sure. The East, do you want to do, I mean, let's actually hold off on the surprises and stuff like that for now. The NFC side of things, look, I know you won't say it. It pains me to say it. I still view it as kind of Phillies to lose, essentially, at this point. I mean, I just don't. Again, I go back to this. I do think we're going to see some sort of growing pains with Daniels. I'm not going to run away from that as a Commanders fan. I do think there's going to be some sort of sophomore deal here. That's just the way it is most of the time, right? I mean, you have to look at it from that numbers element of it. The Cowboys are probably a 500 team.
Probably.
Yeah.
And if they're not, they're under 500.
Yeah. I mean, the whole entire deal with Parsons and everything, just classic Jerry. It's classic Jerry, right? Behind the 8 ball, on the field before the season starts, in front of the 8 ball in terms of dumbass situations before.
Not to defend Jerry, but Tom's chasing him around the house all the time.
Bad joke, leave. Anyway, and then, the Giants intrigue me. I think it's a decent defense. I'm really intrigued to see what the offense could potentially do. That being said, not going to hold my breath. I've said that the past 2 years. And
I think we've got a legit shot to finish in third.
Yeah, I don't think the Giants are going to be as bad as they were last year.
think we finally beat the Cowboys this year.
Yeah. I'm happy for you that you're saying that.
We always get crushed by them, too. I'm sick of that.
Now, here is my potential nearing hot take scenario, going division by division here. NFC North. I think it's going to be not as good as a year as a lot of people think in that division overall.
You better not say the Bears.
No. It's not so much the Bears. I think the Bears improve, right? But I don't think it's some over-the-top deal, right? I just don't think there's a lot of talk already for the Vikings. I'm not a McCarthy guy.
No.
And it's one of the reasons, like we talked a little bit, obviously, right as we got going about fantasy stuff. I'm surprised that Jefferson this year is kind of rated the way he is a little bit. And I could be proven wrong. I probably will be proven wrong, right? I'm not going to run away from that. But, like...
He's very talented, though.
Yeah.
He's done great with not the greatest quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like... They really think they're going to be the ones who actually go toe-to-toe with the Vikings. I feel like that's the Lions. I feel like that's the Packers' job right now. And don't get me wrong, I still think the Lions are going to be good, and I understand why you view them as probably team number 2 in the NFC in that sense. But you're minus your 2 coordinators who really got both sides of the ball going, right? They took head coaching jobs.
Yep.
You get Hutchinson back on defense. I wouldn't be surprised if they regress to a degree this year.
Well, they were so good. What were they, 15-2?
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised. And then the Packers side of it, I think they're going to be good. Don't get me wrong. I think I expected a little bit more out of them last year than I got, and that makes me kind of hinder where I want to put them this year, I think.
We could talk about Ryan Poles. How's he?
Canandaigua, shout out.
How's his Bears looking this year? Caleb Williams, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not sold on the guy.
Yeah.
And I know they got Ben Johnson now leading the charge, but I don't know. The Bears are just the Bears, and
Windy City.
every time I think of the Bears, I just think of Jay Cutler sitting out the NFC Championship game. And I think it was Caleb Haney played quarterback.
Caleb Haney, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Could be wrong. I think he played that day.
Sure you're not thinking of Chad Henne?
He never played for the Bears, though.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's all I think about is Jay Cutler letting the city down. So I still don't know why. Why don't they have 2 football teams there?
Chicago? Mm-hmm. They used to.
They did?
Yeah. I mean, way back. The Cardinals. Cardinals were originally in Chicago.
And again, the only sport they have is baseball. There's 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cardinals used to be in Chicago. They went Chicago, St. Louis, Arizona.
Really?
Double Cardinal action in St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, just like double Giants in New York?
For a time, yeah.
No. Anyway, the Bears will finish in last place. I know it's early for predictions, and I don't know if we predict every part of each division, but I'm just saying the Bears will still be in last. Not sold on Williams. Wouldn't be surprised he gets benched this year. There's a take for you. That's a fresh take for you. Caleb Williams gets benched this year. That's it.
Wow. So you think they use Tyson Benjamin or however you pronounce it?
For the time being.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's not their guy going forward.
NFC South, much like the AFC South exists.
I think it's better than people think.
I agree with that to a degree.
Not
not
the Saints, but the other
right.
three.
I think Tampa Bay is. Should you go Tampa Bay the best in that division? I think you got to, at least on paper.
See, I think my sleeper team, Tampa Bay could be. My sleeper team's the Falcons.
Oh, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that trick again.
We've picked on the Falcons for a while now on the show. I think Michael Penix could be something special, and they got a star running back.
I don't disagree.
They got a star receiver. They got that tight end still for some reason. Kyle Pitts, I'll say his name. But
that's how I feel about Bijan Robinson.
But I love Robinson, and I think this is the year that kind of surprised people.
See, that's why I took Algier. There's a reason I took Algier with my final pick last night.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Rob?
They love using Algier over Bijan in like the red zone and stuff.
You're pissed.
I don't. No. I'm not falling for the Falcons propaganda.
So you're putting the Panthers too?
I think if you were to pick a surprise team at the division, it's got to be Carolina, I think. But
Their owner sucks.
yeah, but like I don't know. Ms. Benson down in New Orleans needs to I don't know.
New Orleans is
That
clearly
team's going to be bad.
New Orleans is clearly
I
tanking.
feel bad. I weirdly feel bad for Kellen Moore.
But they're tanking for Arch Manning, who
Who
didn't look
might not even come out.
It didn't even look that great the first week. Yes, it'd be a great story. Arch Manning going to New Orleans where their grandfather played. But
Where they're pretty much all from.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. They're terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're the worst.
I
No,
don't
wait,
know.
wait. Are the Jets still in the league? Yeah, that's right. No, they're not the worst.
And then the NFC West. I can't get a good read on, if I'm being totally honest.
NFC West,
Yeah.
It's just how good are the Niners? Are we expecting a bounce back season?
I'm kind of over them. It's a lot like my thoughts on the Ravens, and to an extent, although the Ravens ones is completely different, to more so, but like
This division.
I'm kind of over the 49er thing.
This division is so hard to predict.
Yeah.
Like the Rams and 49ers could both be bad this year, and the
Yeah.
Cardinals and Seahawks could both be good. And people are putting the Cardinals Seahawks 3rd and 4th, while the Rams and Niners are 1 and 2.
I
How many more years Stafford got left?
I'm surprised he's even got anything in the tank right now, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
But
Puka's good.
I just kind of forgot we kind of skipped over a little bit of the AFC North, but we'll get back to them then.
Yeah, they're up there.
I mean, I guess it's weird that I prefer the Cardinals right now in that division, but like, I don't know. It's again, I can't
I
get a good
do
read.
think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to break out this year.
Yeah, I think part of that hinges on Kyler.
What
Obviously,
Kyler? Him out there or playing video games?
playing baseball. Yeah. I feel bad. I know you're probably going to disagree here, but I think it's pretty. To me, I think Seattle might be the worst in that division.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sold on this Darnold.
I'm not
thing.
disagreeing with you,
I'm not sold on this Darnold thing, if I'm being totally honest.
but that's where I'm going to go off on you.
Yeah.
Not go off on you. Go against you. I think Darnold's underrated.
I mean,
He proved that last year. He can't win big games.
I don't
win a Super Bowl with him? No.
but you're talking about a team that in this offseason made preparations as if they're going to be going on a playoff run. And I just can't hook my wagon to Sam Darnold on that. I'm sorry. Like,
It is interesting that he's there.
and to be fair, we talked about with San Fran. I mean, Seattle's has turned into another one of these teams where we talk about them year in and year out, and they just can't,
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Even when they are good, they still can't win a Super Bowl.
Right. Well, to be fair, we're talking pretty much over 10 years now. So like, I think I view it just more from the lens. I guess it's kind of like the Ravens for me in a lot of ways. Again, where it's just like we're talking like essentially a really great regular season team more times than not, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Darnold and Geno Smith. The Jets could really use quarterbacks like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm saving my Jets take here for a little bit. I'm kind of.
I'm sorry, Jet fans. I'm going at you.
He will be sorry, I think. But
But
AFC North we forgot about. Let's go back to them, featuring two teams, in my personal opinion, who are the most overrated teams on the planet:
who are they?
the Ravens and Steelers. Birds of a feather. No pun
People are
intended.
ranking the Steelers that high.
I think my thing with them is more so it's just another carryover from last year. It's like they're doing the thing where it's like Aaron Rodgers is a name, and we never again. I think a lot of it goes back to like Tomlin has never finished below 500. I'm like, cool. That means he's at 500, like type deal. The Ravens, I've mentioned it now. I've dropped the crumbs along the way, right? I'm sick of acting as if they're a true actual Super Bowl contender year in and year out. When every year, outside of 2012 or whatever the hell year it was, and this goes for John Harbaugh too. I'm sick of acting like he's a great coach. I'm done. I'm over it. I did this last year. I'm sticking my foot in it and planting the flag this year with it. I'm over them. They're regular season merchants.
I'll push back on that.
I know you are. You do this with every
Guy
year
does
with
have a
them.
Super Bowl. Is Sean McDermott a good coach?
Good, yeah, great. I don't think so.
So you put Harbaugh good.
Yeah,
They're in the same category.
yeah. I don't know if there's any great coaches right now in the NFL.
Reed.
I guess, yeah.
For what he does.
I did. To be fair, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Nah, the Eagles coach, I won't even say his name.
I think the hot take one there would be I'm not putting Sean Payton there,
Yeah.
but
Giants pass for
I
him.
can't. I'd put McVay probably over Payton at this point, and I know that's a hot take at least for you. Anyway.
McVay over Payne? I agree.
Oh, I thought you didn't. I thought you were also not on the McVay train.
No, that's Matt.
Overall.
That's Matt more.
Yeah, but I thought you were also on.
I think he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I think he's a weirdo. He knows
There's
everything.
a lot of weirdos though in the NFL right now coaching. Let's not.
What's the Dolphins coach?
No, that's what I'm getting at. McVay. Most of those guys make McVay look like freaking normal, like plain.
I mean, I like what McVay. He's got the Rams back being they were down after
we went down a different path.
after
yeah.
Aaron
A really
Don-
weird
Donald
year.
left.
Yeah.
He
A really
got it
weird
back.
couple years.
But I wouldn't put him top tier. I think it's Andy Reid and it's him alone.
Yeah, it's just I think right now you got a lot of good coaches in the NFL. I don't view a lot of them as really all but one great. You know.
Yeah, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, maybe Mike Tomlin, but now it's just 500 ball.
Not for me.
I'm a big Mike Tomlin guy just because,
Everybody is because he doesn't lose, but he also doesn't win.
those are my reasons.
Why isn't it? What is okay? Then what is the reason? Then now I'm intrigued.
There's a part of me that likes Pittsburgh sports.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you should.
He's a big Pirate guy.
But okay, by that logic, and I don't mean to.
I like him.
But by that logic, I don't mean to do this to you. Like, why did you hate Derek Shelton then?
Well, he sucked.
He was a big Penguins guy,
Oh, I don't care about that.
but you're a big Pittsburgh sport guy. You just said that just now.
Okay, you got me. I don't like all of them. Mike Sullivan, though, I'm a big fan.
Don't say that around Pittsburgh. Oh shit.
Yeah, so I don't like them all, but, Mike Tomlin, I did like him.
Okay, it's fair.
Bill Cowher's kind of cool.
Bill Cowher. Oh man,
Not a Rodgers guy, though. No.
I'm a big Antoine Randall guy.
That's true.
Washington Steeler tandem legend right
I
there.
guess I'm a Russell Wilson guy.
Giants country.
That's right.
What is the Giants thing? Do they have one?
The G-Man, is that it?
No, but like
Go blue?
I guess.
Go
I guess
blue.
it would have to be go bluer then.
They
Right?
do say go blue.
Yeah.
Like we're Michigan.
You guys are the proper blue.
Yeah.
That's my team.
It's crazy to me, not to get off track here. It's just the Giants. I know I've watched a lot of SportsCenter and media, but the Giants it feels like it's been decades since the Giants played in a big game.
Decades.
Like, do they ever play the 4 o'clock primetime 4:25 game
That's a
anymore?
fair point.
They never put them on there, even when they're bad.
Oh, they do stick them when when they're playing Dallas.
All right, I just don't really remember it, but
No, I distinctly remember, and I hate that's for this reason. I distinctly remember, is it 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when Daniel Jones got concussed. And It was a 425 game in Dallas.
Nice. Not nice.
That was the year that we thought they were finally making the turn. Remember, they got
yeah,
above
yeah.
500, and
Yep.
yeah. Sorry,
Well, it's just-
I don't mean to bring up
The
bad-
Cowboys get like 10 primetime games
Yeah.
a year, and Giants just don't get anything. And like we're New York City for crying out loud.
It's true. Well, you're East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Yes. We're the
Jersey
best team in New
Giants.
Jersey. People always say they're the only team in New York. Does anyone ever say we're the best team in New Jersey? We don't hear that often.
Yeah, because who cares about New Jersey?
The Jersey Shore people.
Yeah, cool. They can be the only ones. All right, let's get into some hot takey type stuff here and stuff like that.
Hot takes.
I guess.
Over my that Caleb Williams could get benched.
That's potential. I'm kind of with you weirdly on that one, but all right, let's start. MVP, who you got this year?
MVP, Joe Burrow. Because he's gonna put up 50 points a game now, but
Wow,
no,
50.
no, they're gonna have to really score. And if they make it to the playoffs, have a good seed, close to that 1 seed. Yeah, Joe Burrow's my MVP.
Okay. I'm gonna go a different route here. I think it's going to stay in Cincinnati.
Wow.
I'm going to go Jamar Chase.
Jeez, we are Cincinnati guys over here.
Let's not act like I think they're going to go far, though.
But you're thinking playoffs if
Yeah,
Chase
yeah.
is win MVP.
I think we'll see a first MVP wideout in a long-ass time.
Well, it's really crazy that Cooper Kupp didn't win MVP that one
Yeah,
year because he had a phenomenal
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
So it's very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to really put up some
Yeah.
numbers.
But there's a reason why people are picking him.
Well, that's just to, push back at you a little bit. Where's Jaden Daniels? I mean,
I worry about the sophomore slump.
if he has a phenomenal season, he's got to be up for it.
It's true.
Also, we didn't even talk about where's C.J. Stroud. Is he bouncing back this year?
Well, that's why I kind of mentioned a little bit on the Texans front, where it's like I don't know where people really view the Texans. Like, yeah, I have them winning the South, but I don't know if that's more so just the fact that it's the AFC South and everything around it's trash, or are the Texans going to be good? You know what I mean?
Do they have trash cans in Houston?
Yeah, should we do a second quickly on? Did you see what happened? Hold on. Did you
see it.
Did you see what happened last night?
I didn't see it, but I heard did the guy throw a ball at his catcher
Amber, yeah,
on purpose.
yeah.
Why?
Like it's very clear. So the at bat before Trent Grisham hit a grand slam, but the pitch they hit the grand slam on, the catcher wanted Framber to step off. You could see it literally on the broadcast. I thought he was telling the infield to back up initially or something like that, but he was trying to tell Framber to back off, and then you could see him going for his pitch comm to try and tell him to. But Framber's at that point was stepping back to do the windup. So the next pitch, I guess, first pitch to Volpe, the next batter, was I think he called for a curveball, and Framber said, like in the presser after, it's like, I had sinker on the mind, so I did sinker. And I'm like sitting there going like, after you see it, because like Volpe looks like incredible. It's hilarious watching the people involved, right? Because Framber clearly looks pissed off. And that's, to me, the clear indicator that, like, he did it intentionally. Was just the way he acted the whole time.
Called a slow pitch, and he threw a fastball.
Yeah, and it drilled. I mean, obviously, a good thing the catchers are wearing equipment, but, like, it drilled the catcher, like, right here. And the catcher looked pretty miffed. And Volpe looked, like, confused as hell. The umpire looked confused as hell. Like,
Was it a ball or strike?
It was I think it was a strike, but I think he called it a ball, but it should have been a strike.
They never call it a strike when they don't catch the ball.
But no, it was like one of those things where it was just like, I think it caught everybody so off guard besides Framber that it was just like, what the hell just happened?
He's the only one that knew it was coming.
Yeah. So
What happened the next pitch?
I think Volpe hit a line drive foul.
But they're fine. They were all right. Just needed to
No,
hit
I guess they had a one-on-one in the manager's office after the game, and then Framber said that he didn't do it, and nobody's believing him. I've read and I've heard that the locker room situation in Houston's not great.
That is not good when the pitcher
Yeah.
and catcher are not on the same page.
Yeah, I've heard the situation in Houston's not great right now. And
That's like your offensive lineman pissed off at the
Yeah.
quarterback. He says, "Yep, go."
And it lets a guy through.
Yeah, just lets him through.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Anyway, let's get back to football. Most disappointing team this year.
Going through the teams.
Fantastic Four. I'll go first.
Okay.
And I know it's probably going to be a layup for a lot of people. I am going Detroit, but it's more so. I just think, again, I don't think it's going to be bad. I just think I view them likely having, say, a 10-7 or an 11-6 type season is more in play than, like, say, a 14-3. Just because, like I mentioned, they're down those coordinators. I just don't. I don't know if they're going to be able to just replicate what they did last year. You know what I mean? And I think part of it, too, is the way, frankly, they got bounced from the playoffs by Washington. I think it's a little bit underrated from what people are kind of mentioning in terms of, like, how they react and adjust.
I got one. Chargers.
Okay.
I think the Chargers finished 5-12.
Okay.
And I think the Raiders and Broncos take that next step forward, and the Chiefs will be good. And I think the Chargers are going to fall back in the mix there, and I think they're going to be very disappointing this year. And I think people are finally going to start questioning Herbert if he's the guy there at the end of this season.
It's fair. Most surprising team in a good way this year.
I think I've already mentioned it. Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
I'm a big Michael Penix guy.
I think we're both sipping from, it's a different cup, but it's like the same juice.
I know I've hated on the Falcons in the past, but I like Penix, and I like the offense they built there. And I think they could really do something in that division and put together a good season and make the playoffs.
For me, and again, this is why I mentioned when you picked Atlanta just now, I'm like, I think we're drinking from different cups, but the same drink. I'm going to go with the New York Jets. I'm not saying, hold on. Do I think they have a winning season? No.
Okay.
But I think if they can get to like 8-9, 7-10, that's a good building block for down the line. I really like Aaron Glenn.
Fair.
I think Justin Fields has been given a couple pretty, at the end of the day, raw deals from his two previous teams. I don't understand why the Steelers thought bringing in Aaron Rodgers after Justin Fields kind of got rolling last year, and even to a degree, Russell Wilson got rolling to a degree last year was a wise move. I digress. Not what we're talking about here. But at the end of the year, the Jets, the talent that they had playing kind of showed a little bit. I think there's stuff there. Again, do I think they go out and playoff contend? We'll call it more than likely not, just because you never know with the NFL. I just think you're going to be seeing a team that is better on the field. I think better than a lot of people are going to be given credit for. That's the way I view it.
I respect your opinion. I just feel like we're going to see Woody Johnson's kid in the news more than the games they actually win.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that either. Maybe I kind of allude to it to a degree a little bit here with both our things here. Is there a player you're kind of keeping an eye on this year that you think could maybe be like a breakout type?
Kind of already mentioned it. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay, interesting.
I think he could become, I'm going to bring this in fantasy terms. You know, he's drafted in every league.
Yeah.
But I think he could be a no-brainer first-round pick next year. I think he's that type of star he could be.
So I'm not going maybe all that far with who I'm about to say. But you will like it because it's a guy I got mad at that you took yesterday. Or no, Matt took yesterday. Apologies.
So it's not Nick Chubb.
It's not Nick Chubb.
It's like, what?
But based on what I think the offense is going to be for this team, I think he's a focal point, and I think not many people fully know him, but I think they'll know him by the end of the year. Tyrone Tracy.
Ooh, I like him.
I think the Giants hopefully will be running the ball a little bit more on paper. I liked what he was able to show a little bit, obviously, in the past. And I think with a little bit of a revamped kind of idea on offense and stuff like that, I think that's a guy who I think a lot of people should get to know. I think it will be nice that he's in a big market in that sense as well. That maybe will help in terms of what I'm talking about a little bit, but yeah, I'm a big big Tyrone Tracy fan.
Not to do a spoiler for my column that's coming out tomorrow, my fantasy football column at FLTimes.com.
Yep. You have something involving Tyrone Tracy, don't you?
I have 3 love, 3 hate, and 3 sleepers for week 1.
Yeah.
One of my loves is Tyrone Tracy.
Love that.
Against Washington.
Love that. Yeah, no, there was a bad run defense last year. And to be fair, they did adjust.
All right, I'm looking forward to the matchup.
But until we see it actually play out on paper.
I like Tyrone Tracy this week.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't blame you. All right, who do we see in the Super Bowl?
I'm just not going to pick Chiefs.
I don't. That's the tough part here. It's tough to pick the Chiefs or even the Eagles in that sense. You know what I mean?
Unless you got yours ready, let me think.
I do. You want me to go?
Okay.
From the NFC, I'm going the Green Bay Packers.
Interesting.
Not a fan of it, but I think the NFC, there's going to be some funky stuff happening this year. I'm going with the Packers. On the AFC side, I think it's more from the viewpoint that if they can't get it done this year, I don't know if they're ever going to do it all in that sense. And it pains me. You know exactly where I'm going right now.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
No. Congratulations to Bills Mafia. I'm riding with the Buffalo Bills this year, and I do think the Bills, even in that sense, win it all.
So, going the same route as you.
Yeah.
Just a different cup. We're not drinking that Jets Kool-Aid, whatever you got.
No. It's the same drink. It's a different cup.
Different cup. Anyway, I'm going Ravens.
Okay.
I think they were one Mark Andrews catch away from being in that AFC Championship game last year.
They technically were.
Going Ravens, but I don't think they win it. Wait, who are you taking to win the Super Bowl?
I said Buffalo.
Buffalo over
Green Bay.
I'm going to go Detroit finally gets there.
Okay.
And they beat the Ravens.
So we're drinking, again, we're drinking from the same drink, just a different cup.
Yeah, we are.
Lake Erie water.
Yeah.
You have no idea what I'm talking about on that one, do you?
Lake Erie water.
Yeah.
No, I'm more
Detroit.
I'm a Hershey guy.
Because Detroit and Buffalo are both on Lake Erie.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Well, hey, speaking of Lake Erie, you want to do some picks?
That's
Our
right.
first NFL picks of the year. Before we get out here, just a recap of college football picks from last week and making them this week. So, Thursday night this week, Dallas at Philadelphia. The Eagles are 8.5-point favorites. I'm gonna go Philly here. I just
I'm gonna go Philly.
Yeah, I think it's it is tough, but not tough in that sense.
I feel you.
Okay, Friday. The Brazil game this year on Friday. Interesting. It is Kansas City at the Los Angeles Chargers.
A little bit of a drive.
Just a wee bit. Chargers are 3-point underdogs.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't want to again here either, but interesting too. Apparently this game, even though it's on YouTube TV, can be watched on YouTube, and if not, you can stream it through. I don't know. It's really. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably not gonna watch.
Isn't Christmas games on YouTube?
Yeah, no, Netflix.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Actually, I like the Netflix Christmas. That's a different podcast down the line, though. All right, Sunday, our normally scheduled football at 1 p.m. The Giants at the Commanders.
Can I just say, what a great day that first Sunday is of the season.
It is nice.
It is a great day.
Yeah.
The weather's still great, and football's back for an all-day slate. Giants, baby.
Washington's 5.5-point favorites. Does that sway you at all?
No.
Okay.
The Giants. Back in the day, for majority of these podcasts, we used to pick the opposite teams. Not anymore.
Yeah, not this year. I'm taking Washington.
What?
Oh no! Whoa! I didn't.
Did they start off? No. Why? Did they start off slow last year, Washington? Or did they go off hot right away? I'm trying to remember. When
They
did
did lose. They lost to Tampa Bay week 1. I remember.
It was like, when did you swing? You're like, I'm
weird-
on the boat. I'm on the.
Weirdly, the Chicago game.
Yeah. The Hail Mary.
Yeah.
You're like,
I think that was when I was just like, okay, if we're getting touches like that, then
you're like, this is a different type of season.
yeah.
Yeah, no wire.
Okay. Carolina at Jacksonville. Jacksonville 3.5-point favorites at home.
Interesting.
Yes. I said the same thing when I saw that.
I'm going to take Jacksonville, though.
I'm going Carolina.
Okay.
Just I kind of like what Bryce Young built. Do I think he's going to be all that great? Yeah. But I think for this game, he's better than Trevor Lawrence.
And who would have thought we'd be saying that?
Exactly. Pittsburgh at the Jets. The Jets are 2.5-point underdogs.
Revenge game for Mr. A-Rod.
Alex Rodriguez?
Yeah. Steelers.
This might be the why. I'm taking the Jets.
Why, Paul?
I knew it. I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring affair here, if I'm being totally honest. That Pittsburgh defense is rated pretty high this year, as we know. We didn't talk about it enough maybe during this, but, like, on what planet do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to get along with, like, DK Metcalf? I just don't see it.
I get it.
I just don't see it.
On what planet do you think the Steelers are going to lose to their backup quarterback? from last year?
Exactly. Starting.
For a little
backup.
bit. Then Wilson became the starter.
And then he came back. I don't know.
Now they're both
just-
in New York.
I can't hitch the wagon just yet to Aaron Rodgers.
Will he make it 5 plays?
I'll say yes. Over under 5.5. 4.5. 4.5.
I do not wish injuries on people.
That's true. Vegas at New England. The Patriots are 2.5-point favorites. I don't know what to do with this game. This is a big, like, toss-up game to me.
No. I know, right?
I think because they're home, I'm going to go New England.
I hate to disagree with you. I think Pete Carroll gets the dub in his debut.
Revenge game.
It's true. Super Bowl. Yeah, I think.
Oh, he was the head coach for the Patriots back in the 90s.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I'm thinking he gets a win in his debut.
Okay.
The Raiders.
Cardinals at the Saints. The Saints are 6.5-point favorites. Or underdogs, apologies. Underdogs. I mean, I'm going Cardinals here.
Cardinals.
Yeah. Cincinnati at Cleveland. The Browns, 5.5-point underdogs at home.
Cincinnati at Cleveland. Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Actually wins the game in week 1. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. It would be the most Joe Flacco thing ever, though, to win that game. Browns are an interesting team. I don't know what to do with them just yet because of that.
These are some hard games to pick because a lot of the better teams are on the road.
Yeah. Miami at Indianapolis. The Colts are 1.5 favorites.
I like it. Give me the Colts. Danny Dimes gets the dub.
I'm going to go Miami, but it's more I don't know. I don't like either of these teams overall.
You don't like Miami?
I don't like either, yeah.
I'm more of a basketball city.
Technically true. Right now, yeah. All right, the final of the 1 o'clock window, Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Atlanta, 1.5 underdogs.
So this is my, I've said a lot about Atlanta. I feel sick. This is my upset lock of the week. I'm taking Atlanta.
Okay, taking Tampa Bay. A lot of differential on here, which is nice. All right, 4 p.m., the late window, Tennessee at Denver. Denver, 7.5-point favorites at home.
Denver.
Yep, Denver.
Poor Tennessee.
Doing that as well.
What do we expect out of Cam Ward this year?
I don't know. I'm going to try and rapid fire these final picks here because we're running a little bit long here at this point to what we usually do. So, yeah, not much. Just don't look like totally bad is what I would say.
All right, let's go.
San Fran at Seattle. Seattle, 2.5-point underdogs.
San Fran.
Okay, I'm on San Fran as well. You don't need to like rapid fire like that. Just, Detroit at Green Bay. Green Bay, 2.5-point favorites at home.
Scary, but I'm going Detroit.
I'm going Green Bay.
A lot of differences here.
Yeah, we so far out of the gate. Houston at the Rams. The Rams are 3-point favorites at home.
Rams.
I'm on Houston.
Damn.
Yeah. Sunday night football. Baltimore at Buffalo. The Bills, 1.5 favorites.
Buffalo.
Same. Going to the Bills.
I do like the Ravens this year. Tough.
Boy, Bills. Again, I just wrapped it. Oh, I say we got to get this done, but you're giving Bills Mafia all day to tailgate that thing? Yeah. Oh, my God.
How about the Ravens? Back-to-back games in that place.
Seriously. PTSD incoming. Then Monday night, Minnesota at Chicago. 1.5 underdogs at home, the Bears.
Minnesota.
I'm I'm going Chicago, but it's more for my lack of faith in J.J. McCarthy outweighs, I guess, my lack of faith in Caleb Williams.
There's a lot of differences. I guarantee we split.
Yeah. So, hey, a lot of stuff there to keep an eye on. All right, college, Nick.
Yeah, let's talk about Syracuse, Notre Dame, how they're not going undefeated.
Yep, that is correct. I wish we could spend a little bit more time on this, but the fact of the matter is we got to kind of just keep ourselves here in the time crunch. So, take a look at last week's picks. Nick.
Take a look at the graphic, man.
Nick was down going out of week 1 and now finds himself a game up on me, 3-2 last week compared to my 1-4. Nick, quickly, looking at that graphic, give me your thoughts. How'd you know LSU was going to beat Clemson in such a way?
Well, I was going SEC over ACC, and turns out the ACC was actually better on the day, other than that matchup.
Syracuse lost to Tennessee.
No, that's true. But, Alabama lost to Florida State.
That's true.
And,
who saw that coming?
And Miami beat Notre Dame. So, the ACC looked pretty good on Saturday.
Yeah, ish. We'll see how well they do this week.
But, Clemson, lost a tough one. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? There was a lot. It's just first week.
Yeah, that's true. All right. You want to see our 5-pack of games this week, Nick? You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. We got Iowa at Iowa State, the Battle of the Corn. Then we have Civil War, Kansas at Missouri, Boston College, a nice little non-conference game for them on the road in Michigan State. Ranked game, Michigan at Oklahoma. And then Arizona State at Mississippi State, a nice 5-pack of games.
I thought that was Minders down at the bottom. The Blue Devil.
That's a Sun Devil.
Oh, what's the difference?
One works for the sun, the other is blue. I don't know.
Big fan of the Devils.
Anyway, Iowa at number 22, Iowa State. Iowa State is 2.5-point favorites in this game.
Iowa State. I try to remember what the matchup was.
I was going to tell them again to you anyway, just as a backup.
I'm going Iowa State. Kansas State almost lost a scary one last week, though.
Kansas at Missouri, Civil War. First time in a few years this has not been played at when they've played it, not at a neutral site. This is at Missouri. Missouri 6.5-point favorites at home.
Go Missouri.
I'm going Mizzou as well here. I know a lot of people think they're kind of dead compared to where they were last year. I'm not buying it. Not buying it.
Buy it, man.
Not buying it. Boston College at Michigan State. Michigan State 3.5-point favorites.
A Boston College quarterback who played for him last year is looking good for Florida State, at least one game in. I'm going to go Michigan State.
I'm going ACC supremacy. I'm taking BC. I think Bill O'Brien's going to go in. They're going to get a nice non-conference on the road win, really bolster the ACC.
All right. They're the conference to beat now.
Yep. Number 14, Michigan, on the road at number 18, Oklahoma. The Sooners, 5.5-point favorites.
Get out of here. There's only one big blue, and that's the Giants. So, Oklahoma.
I'm going Michigan here.
Sooner, Boomer.
A couple teams, obviously I picked Michigan to go pretty far this year in the grand scheme of it. Oklahoma, though. Brent Venables. Don't know if he's long for that job. So I guess we'll find out.
Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray. What do they all have in common?
They went to Oklahoma.
You're right. That's my point.
Fair enough. Number 11, Arizona State at Mississippi State. The Bulldogs are 6.5-point underdogs at home in this matchup. Pretty intriguing one in the scope, I think, of college football playoff kind of building blocks.
Got to go with the Devils.
I'm going with the Devils as well.
They're not the Blue Devils, but they're the Sun Devils.
Sun Devils. A lot of heat. So, all right, that'll do it. Football previews are officially done.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah. Who are you shouting out today?
I was about to say, you're taking over my job over there? Nick, who are you shouting out?
I'm going to shout out my Uncle Joe. It's his 29th birthday on Sunday.
Nice.
Shout out Uncle Joe, big Raiders fan.
A lot of Raiders fans around here.
Yeah, your dad's a Raiders fan as well.
Shout out Daryl Monica.
And when's your dad's birthday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, wow.
Yeah.
Raiders birthday week.
The Raiders.
So, yeah, shout out Uncle Joe. Hope you're doing well.
Same. I hope he is doing well. One of my favorite people, that guy. So, all right. Back at it again next Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. live, or watch anytime on YouTube, fingerlegs1.com, and all major podcasting platforms. You didn't expect that one now, did you, Nick? Threw it off. Threw a little curveball. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Hopefully your favorite team does well. You enjoy football. We'll talk again next week.